Welcome to Takeology. We're your two boys in the lab, so you can do the cooking. We're glad you're here. Different day, same energy, and the same two boys in the lab. We got Matt McDonald. How you doing?
I'm doing pretty good. It looks like I'm gonna wax you in Dynasty, which I know you're not excited about or happy about. But
That's how
if
we
I
start
do
the
beat
pod. That's how we're gonna
you, yeah,
start the pod.
I mean it's important. It's important information. If I do
Man,
beat you, you're gonna be rooting for me to win, aren't you?
yes, I would rather lose to the champion than lose to second place. So,
I love to hear
cheers.
it.
And
I
for
mean,
the pod, we got to have a champion on the pod, bro.
yeah. You've had a tough break with the
Yeah, it's
with
been
the
bad.
injuries you've had. So I mean I feel for you because I'm in a couple leagues where that's happened to me. But
Yeah.
at the same time, I'm very happy to be where I am.
But next year, listen, when Cam Scatabo comes back, that's all I need, bro. That's all I need. My boy Cam,
Yeah,
the
you're gonna
savior
have
of my
a
team.
you're gonna have a decision to make whether you're gonna kind of tear it down or if you're gonna go for one more run. I
Yeah,
think you're in a good spot to run it back. It's just it kind of hinges on Christian McCaffrey, which is
it
it's a
does.
tough place to be. But if he could give you a full season, you'd have a really good chance.
That is, it's just like in Dynasty when those guys get old, like Travis Kelsey, bro. If I don't trade him this offseason, I might as well just let him retire with me. You know what I mean?
Yeah, this is his last year in his deal, so it's definitely we don't even know what's going to happen there.
What do you, we'll start with this. What do you think Travis Kelsey's going to do? Think he retires?
If we would have had a good season this year, which I'm not throwing that away because we
Right.
technically still have a chance to get the playoffs, but if we would have had a good run this year, maybe not go to the Super. Yeah, it's slight.
It's
Maybe
small.
not make it all the way. Maybe not make it all the way to Super Bowl, but make the playoffs, win a couple games. I would have said he'd retired. But with how bad his performance was this past week and how just the overall team is kind of failing success wise, I think we might see him come back on a kind of cheap 1 year deal next year and just see if we can have more success than we did this year, which I think most fans would be excited about as long as we're not paying top dollar for him. Because if we're being honest, paying what we do now for him with the current play we're getting, it's kind of hurting us. There's no doubt
Yeah.
about it. So if he'd come
Ima-
back cheap, we'd want him.
Imagine a Travis Kelsey on a different team.
No, that would never happen.
You don't think so?
No, Jason Kelsey could have kept playing longer, and he just retired at Eagle. That's what the Kelsey brother. I mean, they're loyal. They're fans of Cincinnati for goodness sakes. It's a terrible college, so I think they're pretty loyal.
I don't know, bro. That'd be kind of cool to see. Travis Kelsey could be a championship contender for next. That'd be kind of cool,
Okay,
bro.
okay. Don't act like we're not championship contenders. Maybe
Not
not.
maybe
We
not.
had a slump. We had a slump year. Okay,
If you
it
guys
happens to everybody.
continue to draft the way you do, you'll never be a championship
Okay,
contender
okay.
again, bro. I mean, Patrick Mahomes, sure, like, but like, dude, this year was Jalen Royals hadn't done nothing. You know?
I will be honest. A lot of our team success and the players we have had success with were drafted by our past GM
Yep.
Dorsey. So Brett Veach is definitely he's a bit on the hot seat. These guys he extended that he drafted, George Karloftis isn't getting any sort of pressure whatsoever. It's all the
Mm-mm.
past guys that we drafted. Chris Jones still making an impact. Kelsey's had a pretty good year. He's just old.
Yeah.
It's just he's going to have to draft better, and we're going to have to utilize these picks better. Or these old guys cannot be carrying our franchise for this long. They're just that father time catches up to everybody.
No, for real. Except for, dude, what a great segue, by the way. Father Time does not keep up with the Philip Rivers. I just want to tell you, we got some big news. Listen, me personally, I love that Philip Rivers is back in the league. I think he's hilarious. I think he's just a dog out there, trash talker, one of the best out there to do it. Now, is it going to be an impact for the Colts? Now, I'm not going to give my opinion on it yet. Matt, realistically, do you think Philip Rivers comes in and continues to carry this team? Because it's a good team, but is he the
Yeah,
answer?
it is a good team, but this guy hasn't played since 2020. I think he's had two kids in the time he's been out of the NFL.
Yeah.
It's just it's borderline elder abuse that they're putting
Yo,
him in.
yo.
Uh, Dude, it's all good and well being in football shape
Yeah.
when you're not actually playing contact football. When he gets hit by one of these 26-year-old defensive
They're going
ends,
to come popping,
he
bro.
might crack. Yes. And I have no doubt in my mind. I mean, this is a Hall of Fame candidate quarterback. He may not make it, but he's at least in that discussion. I have no doubt in my mind he can still sling the ball,
Yeah.
but he will have no mobility whatsoever. So I honestly, just for the story, I would like to see him play rather than Leonard, the rookie,
Notre
and
Dame.
he's dealing with an injury. So Rivers might be starting, but it honestly seems like you're just sending them out to slaughter.
Yeah.
I We kind of talked about it before the podcast. I think we're both in agreement. We'd kind of sit Colts players until we see
Yep.
what it looks like with Rivers at quarterback if he is in there. But like I said, he should not be playing
No.
football.
I would honestly, like, even if Rivers is not playing, I would sit Colts players still. I mean, I mean, Riley Leonard did look pretty good for his first start.
He targeted Pittman heavily. I know that because I was playing against
Listen,
him.
I was loving Riley Leonard. I didn't like him at Notre Dame because they whooped us when Riley Leonard played. But man, I was for it. And I think the only person that would benefit from Riley Leonard playing is Michael Pittman Jr. I don't think they'd be able to move the ball very well. He doesn't have a good deep ball, so Alec Pierce, you lose that, right? And then Tyler Warren, maybe. But we didn't see him target him much at all. I mean, it was one of his worst weeks he's had in a while for Tyler Warren. So, yeah, I would say even Jonathan Taylor, because if they can't move the ball, I mean, I don't even think they'll be able to. They'll stack the box and just. Seattle's defense also is just elite. Like, we've seen it week after week. So, yeah, I agree with you.
Yeah, I mean, if Rivers is in, I think the only guys you could maybe play, I think Tyler Warren could get some dump offs from an experienced quarterback. He knows where to go with the ball when he's pressured, and then
Mm-hmm.
that kind of rallies to Jonathan Taylor as well. The only
Yeah,
downside is Jonathan's not really a pass catching back. Now he can do it, but that's not necessarily his forte.
yeah. I mean, obviously, you're going to still start Jonathan Taylor, but I do think it will be a down week for him, and where a lot of people probably need him right now. Because if you have Jonathan Taylor, you're probably in the playoffs. Now, that's not the case in our dynasty league, but you more than likely, if you have Jonathan Taylor, you're up there. It's kind of like if you had CMC. Um, I don't know, man. It's just it's hard to Tyler Warren. It's like hard. It's hard to sit him too if you've got him because he's been an elite all year. They said he played quarterback back in the day. What if he suited up now? Come on, dude.
Yeah, I mean, technically, he is their backup quarterback right now with
Uh
Leonard
huh.
hurt. I don't. I honestly think Warren's probably better than Brett Rippon. He is terrible.
Yeah.
Brett
He's
Rippon
bad.
was on their practice squad, and they opted to sign a 44-year-old
Yeah.
Philip Rivers
Yeah.
instead. So that should tell you all you need to know about Rippon. He should not be in the league.
He was with the Patriots before this, right?
He's a career
Been all
backup.
over.
Yeah, he's been all over. Patriots, Broncos, name it. Jets, everywhere.
Like Brandon Allen,
Yep.
old Razorback.
Hey,
What do you
Whoopie.
think? We'll pick. I can't do it. Can't do it. Not
Hey,
today.
you said it.
Uh, hey, I will when I'm in Bud Walton Arena. I ain't gonna lie. That's a you can't not do it when you're there.
It's
Uh,
electric. How about
it
those
gets you
Hogs?
going.
Big win over number 6 ranked Louisville. We're looking pretty salty in basketball.
You guys
We got
actually
two of
are.
the top freshman guards in the whole country. It it's a good time to be a Razorback fan when it comes to basketball.
I was about to say
Football,
football.
football, we're still trash.
It's been a tough year in football, but dude, the basketball team does look good, and so do the dogs.
Yeah.
We have like our whole entire team The bench is like, all the bench players have at least double digit, I think minutes and at
Yeah,
least a
they've
point within those double
where they've
digit
only
minutes.
lost one game so far.
Yep, and it was Clemson. So,
Yeah, and Clemson actually almost beat BYU with
mm-hmm.
potentially the number one pick in the draft.
Yep.
So I mean, Clemson's a good team. So
So
I'm excited where the SEC is in general. Is I mean, it's a really good conference, and we used to not be mentioned in basketball conversations, but
no,
over these
no,
past 5 years or so, SEC is becoming one of the best conferences in college basketball.
yeah, it's kind of nice to have that turnaround. Off season, when football's done, we'll have something new to talk about. So I'm kind of excited about that too. March Madness, baby,
Heck yeah, best time of the
bracket.
year.
I'm excited. I wanted to ask you too while we're talking about Philip Rivers. I know we're taking a little bit of time here in this news segment, and we'll get to waivers right after this and whatever news you got as well. But Cam Newton, okay, it's kind of been a little upset within this calling Philip Rivers. Do you think they should have went for Cam Newton? Do you think he still should have been considered?
I mean, I'm not happy about Philip Rivers signing, but Cam Newton those past last years in his career, he was terrible.
He's bad.
Do you remember watching him on the Patriots? He looked legit terrible.
Yeah,
He lost. He just doesn't. What made him so good is his rushing ability. And when you get to a certain age in your career, it goes away.
yep.
That's why people are wondering about Jalen Hurts now that he doesn't rush the ball as much, coming off a 4 pick game. I mean,
What, two fumbles?
there's what'd you say?
Was it two fumbles too?
Yeah, 2 fumbles as well. I mean, there's Philadelphia fans that are calling to put in Tanner McKee, their backup quarterback, which that's an overreaction.
That's a bit
But
much, yeah.
Jalen Hurts, he has not done himself, and he started the year off
Mm-mm.
pretty good. I mean, his stats still look decent, but he's not doing himself any favors when it comes to his play this year. But no, Cam Newton, give me
You're a no
44
go.
year old Rivers. No,
Give me
Cam
Rivers,
Newton,
baby.
yeah,
Should have signed Stetson Bennett. Get him out there from the.
no.
Yeah, come on, man. Go find him Jake
Now there
Fromm.
was some practice squad guys that I might look
Yeah,
like Bailey Zappi. I'd probably take him over Philip Rivers.
yeah.
There was quite a few practice guys that I might take over Rivers for sure.
And the Anthony Richardson thing, he's kind of been forgotten. I mean, I know that he's still like technically recovering from an injury, they say, but
He's
it's
done.
just sad. Yeah, it's sad. He's gonna have to go somewhere else.
I don't even know if he's going to get that opportunity. He
Yeah.
It's like a Trey Lance situation all over again. At least Trey Lance got a backup position, but Anthony Richardson, he looks completely done.
Yeah, it should have been expected, kind of, with the amount of football he played in college,
No
you
doubt.
know. But it's a whole nother conversation there. But old Philip Rivers, here he is. I hope he plays. I
Glad he's
really hope he
glad he's
starts.
back.
Yeah, no, I'm glad he's
He's
back
gonna
too.
need a whole box for his family. 8 kids.
Yeah,
No telling what extended family shows up. It's freaking crazy.
it'll be. I'm excited, bro. I hope he plays. I hope he plays. That'll be the game to watch. Highlight game. And if they win, bro, if he comes out there and he just destroys the Seattle defense, it's gonna be just. We'll have to throw all of our opinions out the window.
Yeah, I'll retract everything I just said, but there is
I'll pick
no
him up.
chance that you know what his line is for passing yards. Take a guess at what they think he's going to throw for.
I bet you they have him at like 200
It's at 152 passing yards. That's
against
what they are
Seattle.
betting him. Yes. So they are not expecting any sort of success against the Seahawks defense.
Dang. It's not like he was a bad quarterback. Like this guy is a legit dude.
No, yeah,
So,
he's in
I mean,
conversations for the Hall of Fame. It's not like he's bad, but he's 44. He
listen,
hasn't played in the NFL. He hasn't played for 5 years.
imagine he wins a Super Bowl with this team,
Okay.
Matt.
Okay.
No, no. But like let's just hypothetically, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not saying it's gonna happen. Don't get me wrong. But if he does, this would be like the most legendary story ever told.
It'd be it. There would be movies made about it. There's no
Yeah.
there's no doubt about it. It it'd be
Netflix
like a
documentary, literally.
it'd be like a Kurt Warner situation where he's having success that late into his career, but there's no point talking about it. There's no chance.
I just want to throw it out there. So we can be the podcast that said it's possible.
Hey, good any publicity is good publicity. So
That's
yeah,
exactly right.
that's
Philip
fine.
Rivers wins the Super Bowl this year with the Colts. Names in the books.
He would definitely get in the Hall of Fame. He's kind
Yeah,
of
no
on
question.
the questionable. Maybe he'll make it. If he won a championship, he would for sure make it.
Let's see. We'll see. All right, we wrote it down. We wrote it down in history. Today's the day. Will it happen? Probably not, but it's okay. All right, Matt, what we got today?
Definitely not.
Let's finish this live
Yeah.
report here, dude. We're in trouble now.
So just a few more news notes. T.J. Watt's in the hospital getting his lung
R.I.P.
evaluated. Uh, it's kind of an odd situation. The Steelers put a post about it out today. So we'll just need to monitor that. Not that it affects fantasy that much, but it's just important to check on him as a person. Brian Branch, the safety for the Lions, tore his Achilles versus the Cowboys. That's definitely unfortunate. It could open some possibilities to throw in a little bit more on the Lions, which is exciting,
Mm-hmm.
especially with their high over under this week coming against the Rams. That's going to be a crazy game.
Uh,
I think the over under for that game is 55 points.
that's
That
insane.
we haven't seen something like that since like the Chiefs played the Rams and each team scored like 40 plus points.
I would
So
love for that
that's
to
that's
happen.
awesome. Yeah, I mean, all fantasy players would love for that to happen. Uh, last bit of news, which Alex is kind of mad about because I picked up the Eagles defense this week against him.
Man.
But Kenny Pickett is going to start against the Eagles for the Raiders. It looks like Geno Smith's out this week. So if you can pick them up as a defense this
Yep.
week,
Pick them
or
up.
if you already had them, be prepared for a huge week from the Eagles.
But if you, dude, I do have to correct you though, Matt. If you're gonna say Kenny Pickett, you have to say Super Bowl champion Kenny Pickett. It's not like he's not. He doesn't have a Super Bowl. Okay.
Super Bowl champion that rode the pine.
Listen,
I'll give you that.
every post I've seen that says like Kenny Pickett starting quarterback, it says Super Bowl champion. I'm like, they gotta stop putting that in front of his name. It's like just call him. Like he did nothing except for I think go out there and
No,
snap the ball a few times at the end of the game.
no. I mean, every Chiefs backup that has won a Super Bowl with us, we don't say Super Bowl
I,
champion Carson Wentz.
but for Kenny
It's just,
Pickett,
that
bro,
doesn't happen.
for Kenny Pickett, they have it.
Actually, Carson Wentz, I guess, has two Super Bowls.
Uh huh.
One with the Eagles, one with so that's and he rode the
He
pine
earned.
for both of those.
Wait,
So that's
no, for was it Nick Foles that came in that year? Was that the year?
yeah.
Because he got
Old Nicky
because
Foles.
he got injured, right?
Yeah, yeah. Carson Wentz did play all
I was
that year and
he
then
was
got hurt.
balling that year. I'm pretty
Yeah, he
sure.
played what he. I mean, he was in MVP conversations.
Yeah. What he and then now he's a backup. Come on, dude.
Yeah, yeah, he's a career backup now. Uh, and then we do have a few injuries, which is not what you want to see starting playoffs, but we do have to talk about them. Trey Benson, disappointing. He did not get activated from his 21-day window, so he's
Yeah.
out for the season. I know a lot of people were kind of stashing him on their bench to hopefully play, and it looks like he's not going to be out there. So that's just it's Michael Carter and Bam Knight and Demarcado. It's kind of hard to play any one of those guys because they're all involved. So it's kind of a crappy situation for fantasy.
Yeah. The Cardinals. It's a weird man. They've just had the bug hit them. To kind of like the 49ers. Marvin Harrison, freaking uh,
Kyler
Kyler
Murray,
Murray, which that's a whole nother conversation in itself. Of
yeah,
is he coming
he
back?
will not be a Cardinal.
No,
No,
but is he going to go and play better somewhere else? I don't know.
probably not.
Yeah, we'll see. I like Kyler Murray, so you're probably a Kyler Murray kind of hater, maybe a little bit.
Yeah,
I can feel
I
it.
for
I can
sure
feel it.
am.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I don't know what they expected from a 5'9" quarterback. It's not a recipe for success.
AKA Short King. Come on, Short King Kyler. Yeah.
especially especially one that has a COD addiction, and they literally had to put you have to watch a certain amount of film in his contract. That is not what you want for a franchise quarterback.
That's fair. There was some misjudgment decisions or lack of judgment decisions from Kyler Murray. So maybe this is on him,
Yeah,
anyways. But
it is.
it's okay. Jacoby
Then
Brissett, baby.
we got a few. Yeah, Brissett's playing well. We got a few more. Daniel Jones, sad news, tore his Achilles. We were talking about that with the Philip
Yeah.
Rivers signing. Um, Downgrades the whole offense and the team just in general. Jaden
Unless they go to
Daniels
Super
is out
Bowl.
this week. Yeah, well, just stash that takeaway. It
Okay.
doesn't need to be. Jaden Daniels is out this week again for the elbow injury. I really don't know why they brought him in, anyways. They were on an 8-game losing streak, and they brought him in just to lose again.
Yeah.
It does not make sense. Just for you don't want to affect his long term health of your franchise quarterback when you're already having a terrible year.
Yeah. And then within that, like, maybe this is just because, like, I played him, is why I'm frustrated about this. But I don't, like, you throw a pick, bro, do not throw your body on the line when you know you have a hurt arm. Like, let somebody else run for you, bro. Like, you know that
Yeah,
when
I
you
mean
move, you're gonna get hit, dude. You know what I'm saying? It's just dumb.
you love to see the heart.
Not
You love to see his efforts there, but
not that
as
way.
a fantasy manager, that's you do not want to see that. Or I mean, just that organization in general probably held their breath.
Yeah, dude got popped. So it's like you could just stood
And
there.
then CD Lamb still in concussion protocol.
Yeah,
He did practice fully on Thursday, so that is a good sign. It looks like he's progressing pretty well through the protocol. So he's questionable officially. Mike Evans with the collarbone, he was active tonight, and he's actually playing pretty well. We looked at halftime, and he had 14 points. So I mean, he came back and is the normal Mike Evans. To get to the 1,000 yards or the 1,000 yard season, he's going to have to average 210 receiving yards for every game the rest of the season.
yeah.
He did have 100 last time I looked. Let me check in
So
to see where.
he has 6 catches for 133 yards with a full fourth quarter, and they are in the red zone.
Yeah, so I mean he came
He
back and
could
he
do it.
looked he I mean he even had a scary hit on him. He went up for a ball contested catch and he got hit low, and I think everybody was like, well, it was good to have him for a half, but he stayed in there and he's still playing, so that's good to see. Um, DK had that weird stomach issue pop up where he had to stay in Baltimore at the hospital and get that checked up on. It
Yeah.
looks like he's going to be able to play this upcoming week, and that was coming off one of his best games of the year. Aaron Rodgers looked good for one of the first times this year, 3 touchdowns. He even ran a touchdown in, which is
Yeah.
absurd. So, I mean, if Aaron Rodgers is doing it, maybe Philip Rivers can. Um, Higgins, it looks like he's going to be questionable this week with the concussion. I don't expect to see him play, so that may bring up Yoshi Voss as a waiver wire that you can look
Right.
towards if
Or
you're
Mike
struggling
Gesicki.
at. Yeah, Mike Gesicki, Sticky Gesicki, he came back. He played
Yep.
well last week, so that's definitely someone to watch. And then lastly, Devon Achan with the rib injury. He's technically questionable, but Mike McDaniel said he could have came back in last game, so I expect to see him play.
Man, yeah, it just hurt hearing all these things because a majority of them have affected me, Matt. Even the Aaron Rodgers freaking balling out with DK Metcalf literally all year, bro. I played the Ravens defense. They did not connect on a deep ball maybe like 6 times, if that, through the entire season. And this last week, it was like 4 deep catches for DK Metcalf. They
Yeah,
cooked.
not nice job bringing that up. I think Aaron Rodgers had 4 completions of over 20 yards for the whole season coming
For the
into
whole
the game,
season.
and he had yeah, and he had 4 in one game. So it
Bro,
was definitely an anomaly. I know it frustrates you.
it's
I don't
bad.
think anyone expected to see the Steelers play that well, but it is exciting seeing that division on how it kind of shakes out.
Yeah.
I would love to see the Ravens and the Bengals both miss the playoffs. I'm a documented hater.
Yeah.
I would love to see that.
Understandably
And
so.
our boy Avery. our boy Avery, he needs a win.
Yeah.
He needs to see the Steelers in the playoffs. It's been a long time, so that'll be exciting.
Uh, Steelers and Colts, man. Well, you never know. I see him.
This NFL season's been weird.
No, it's
I
been
mean, the
crazy.
Panthers have a chance to make the playoffs.
Yep.
No one
Chiefs out.
expected the Colts to be. Yeah, no one expected the Colts to be good. It's been a the Jaguars are all of a sudden one of the
Mm-hmm.
best teams in the league. It's a crazy season for sure.
It shows you even more so how you cannot predict fantasy. Like no matter what kind of ball knowledge you have, you just never know when it comes to fantasy football. Like we could talk about this all day, but also could be completely wrong. You know what I mean? Which also kind of segues us to the Tony Pollard here in a minute. But yeah, well, waiver wire ads. Did we finish that? Did we throw some of them out there? The waiver wire ads.
Yep.
Okay, so we're
Yeah.
we're good to
So
go.
waiver wires. Yeah, we can talk about some waivers if you want.
Okay, I didn't know if we jumped to that yet or not. I forgot because I know we mentioned a few there.
Yeah, go ahead.
All right, not much out there, to be honest with you, but I would say
Kind of
highest
the
priority.
kind of the bottom of the barrel.
Yeah, which it's playoffs, so it is what it is. But I would say highest priority right now, okay, is the Philip Rivers. I'm gonna put it out there.
Are you
The
being
no,
are you
no,
being
dude,
serious?
I would not pick up Philip Rivers. Um, I don't even know who to throw out there to you, Matt. Who you got, bro? Because it's like there's not even much out there.
Yeah, it's pretty
Mike
bad.
Gesicki, we mentioned it, right? We mentioned Mike, but is he going to have another good game against Baltimore? Who knows? You said
Uh,
Andre Ivosivas, you know?
yeah, Yossi Voss. I mean, he's a legit one. If Higgins is out, I think he is an okay play. He's going to be out there a lot of the snaps,
Yeah,
so he can definitely be played. Um, there is a few Harold Fannin. If he's not picked up in your league, which he might
man.
be, but if he's not, he had a huge game this past week with Shador Sanders.
Yep.
With Sanders at quarterback, he's had 8 points or more in three of the games. And one of the games, he had 25 points this past week. So Shador likes him as a target. And Shador actually, he balled out last week.
He
Three
played good.
touchdowns, one rushing. So Sanders could technically be a waiver wire ad. I just doubt you're at such a bad position. Unless you're at like a two quarterback league, I don't think anybody's going to be picking up Sanders. But if you're in a
Good
two
playing.
quarterback league, he could definitely be looked at.
Yeah, honestly, even in a two quarterback league, you could play Marcus Mariota this next
Yeah,
week
with Jaden
because,
Daniels
like,
out,
yeah, he's balled out. They're playing the Giants. I mean, they do have a decent defense, but Marcus Mariota's like he's done well in all the games he's played, and he is a dual threat, and so that's just huge in terms of how he could play. Another name out there, if CD Lamb does not play, just because of the way this guy played last week, okay, uh, Ryan Flournoy. I want to make sure I said that right. If CeeDee Lamb's not playing, dude, he had a huge game last week with 26.5 fantasy points. I mean, is he going to do it again? We don't know. George Pickens obviously going to be the benefactor of that. But with how good Dallas is offensively, he's a guy that you would go out there and pick up for sure. I want to throw him out there.
no, I agree. I almost put him in here. He's definitely a addition if CD's out.
Yep.
I think one of the biggest benefactors of CD being out, besides George Pickens, obviously, would be Ferguson. Uh,
Yep.
when he's one of the top two options on this team, he has played amazing. Beginning of the year, half the year, he was the tight end one in all of fantasy. So Ferguson's definitely someone. If CD's out, put him in your lineup without any hesitation.
Yep.
Um, just one more for me. Jaden Reed, he came back from injury this past week.
Yep.
In his first game back, he averaged about 50% of the snaps and he had 10 plus points. So if he's going to come back to his role as maybe the one or two wide receiver in this offense, especially with the way Jordan Love has played over late, he's played as like a top five quarterback. Now, if he can keep that level of play up, who knows? But Jaden Reed definitely put a good foot forward this past game and his first game back from injury.
Yeah. And the Packers are looking good. They played pretty decent. these last few games. Two names. Well, I'm just going to throw this name out there. Rashid Shaheed should be available in some leagues more than likely. Uh, but with Seattle Seahawks going against Indianapolis, they don't have a very good secondary, especially if Sauce Gardner is not playing again. Then Rashid Shaheed with the deep ball, they're a great offense. I was watching the score last week and it was like 3-3, and then all of a sudden it was 30.
Yeah.
They just ball out, and so he got a little bit more target share. Cooper Cup even got him a touchdown. But yeah, so Rashid Shaheed, I wanted to throw him out there as well.
Yeah, pointing him out, their second quarterback, Ward, Charvarius Ward, he also got put on IR again. So they're missing their top two corners. So I mean, that's a good call. I
Yep.
think the Seahawks, just in general, the only thing that's bad is that I think they're going to get out to a pretty early lead. So they'll
Mm-hmm.
probably will run the ball a ton, which that could bring up Zach Charbonnet. I'd say the running backs are going to get a lot of work this week.
Yeah.
I mean, you may disagree if you think Philip Rivers is going to have a great week, but I see no situation
No.
where they're in any sort of contention during this game.
It does look like Riley Leonard will play. Um, so I don't know if it. I don't think it changes that it'll be a close game. So I do kind of agree with you there that maybe it does. Maybe it is something where it's like start Michael Pittman at least, because if it gets where the game script this is a blowout, they'll pass the ball the whole game and at least PPR something
Yeah,
valuable. Tyler Warren may even be a hot start, man.
that's where Pittman got a lot of his points this past week. The defense was
Uh-huh.
just giving him those really short routes, and he was
Yeah.
just getting yards after the catch. It wasn't like he was targeting Pittman downfield. It was just these
No.
short routes that he was getting yards after the catch. So he could be if Leonard is in, I'd be comfortable with Pittman, but I
Yep.
wouldn't expect anything high ceiling wise. I think it would just be a PPR way to an okay week.
Right. At least like a high floor, not necessarily a high ceiling. Which he did. He threw. Riley Leonard threw 29 passes, 18 attempts, one interception. I mean, it's not like he played well, but he did have a rushing touchdown. So can't complain there. So yeah, Riley Leonard will start. So that does, I guess, change some things, maybe a little bit, but not really. But we'll see how that goes. And if Tyrod Taylor is out, go out there and pick up the Jaguars defense and start them.
Yeah, yeah. I think Brady Cook is in line to start this week, the
Right.
pass quarterback for Mizzou, and
Yeah.
I watched him at Mizzou. He is not good.
No.
He is not a good quarterback. So
No.
Jaguars defense could be one of the best plays this week.
Could be.
I
Maybe it
know
was
you
good.
have them.
Maybe it was. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what we got. All right. Let's. I wanted to real quick before we jump into kind of like starts and sits for this week 15. I did want to highlight a few guys. Okay, from this last week, because this last week was interesting to say the least. Not in my benefit, but probably not in a lot of people's benefit in some areas. But how about, and maybe this is another question too. Maybe this does look to week 15. How about Tony Pollard, Matt? Literally all week, bro, has been bunts. Okay. Or not all week, all year. He had the beginning of the year, it looked like he was going to be really good. 25 attempts, 161 yards, 6 yards per carry, almost 6.5. Two touchdowns, and obviously two of them from like one was like a 65-yard touchdown run, the other was like a 32-yard touchdown run. Against the defense, the Cleveland defense. Is this something where against San Francisco this week, would you start Tony Pollard after a game like that?
I think if you're kind of if it looks like you're going to be starting a kind of fringe starter running back, I think you could roll the dice with Tony Pollard. The
Yep.
thing about it is the Browns have a good defense, but if you look at their schedule adjusted defense, they're like 26th in the league against running backs. They really
Mm.
can be ran on. It's just they're so good at pass defense. So I don't know. I was still surprised. I was playing Tony Pollard and I didn't expect him to drop 27 points on me.
No.
But I wouldn't put a whole lot of faith in a Titans led offense. So
Yep.
I I think you can play him, but I think your expectations need to be like running back
Yeah,
in the running back three. He's not on the top two tiers, but I think he could be flexed.
yeah. Another guy, running back, obviously Jameer Gibbs, man, popped off. So that's
He
like a whole nother, I mean,
Imagine
just
if he didn't have David Montgomery. Imagine if he was the only running back on that team. That dude would be unstoppable.
truly.
I mean, he
This
already is.
he this is off of a 69% snap share that he balled out like this. 7 for 7. He really was a receiver, I guess, but 7 for 7, 77 yards, three touchdowns on the ground. I guess when you look at it, like his yard per carry was only 3.58. I mean, he didn't have a good ground game necessarily, like with attempts to yards, but the three touchdowns is nuts.
Yeah, I mean he's not that's why they have David Montgomery. He's not the
Yep.
best running through the tackles running back, but he's so elusive
Yeah.
in the receiving game. He's basically Christian McCaffrey in his younger years. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
he he's
And
gonna be
faster.
the best. Yeah, he's faster for sure, and I borderline he could be a better receiving back, which I know is crazy, but
Yeah.
I think you're going to see him and Bijan are going to be in the arguments for the best running back in the league for years
Yeah.
to come. Uh, they're just going to dominate for the next few years in fantasy football, especially if they trade David Montgomery or let him go. It's just if we ever saw him in this offense by himself, it would
Yeah.
be absurd.
I, I I don't even know how it would just be nuts to know that. But I love me some Monty, bro. He also didn't have a bad game this last week, but that I don't even.
Yeah, he's Montgomery's great, but his snap shares definitely went down. I think that's
Yeah.
why you've seen the uptick in Gibbs' performance
Mm-hmm.
from his rookie year till now. Yeah, he's just getting more work. Yeah, and he deserves it. He's
Yeah.
phenomenal.
They're recognizing what they got. Another guy, Blake Corum, dude. How about that? Blake Corum, one of the top three running backs there. 128 yards on the ground, 10 yards per carry, dude, with two touchdowns. That nuts. I mean, I know Kyron kind of went out there for a little bit of the game, and they just didn't put him back in.
Yeah, they kind of go through one running back has a drive, then the next running back has the other drive. Uh, I know Quorum had the big long 65-yard touchdown run,
Yep.
but even without that, he still would have had 60 yards rushing and a touchdown. So I mean, he
Yeah.
had a good performance no matter that long rushing touchdown. So he's definitely I wish he wasn't stuck behind Kyron Williams because I think he
No,
could be a I would love it if the Chiefs had him. I mean, maybe we should get him this offseason. It's
dude.
it's outrageous that teams have two good. There's multiple teams that
Yeah.
have two running backs on their team that are better than every running back on our roster. Which
That actually is true. Yeah.
it makes me so mad when the fact that we didn't trade for Brees Hall when we were only a one round difference in the pick we were giving. It's absurd. We're not going to get a running back at Brees Hall level in the third round, which is what they wanted.
No,
So I'm
we just
definitely
can't.
disappointed.
It's a sad day. It's just a sad day. What do you think about Tyler Show this last week?
Dude, he's
Huh?
playing good. I mean,
Dude
I
ran.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not necessarily a lover of him, but he's playing good. He's actually rushing the ball more, which I didn't really expect to see.
Mm-mm.
He had two rushing touchdowns, didn't he?
Yeah, 7 rushing attempts. Okay, 55 yards for two touchdowns. Now, he didn't
Yeah,
throw the
and
ball very well.
I mean, and that was against the Buccaneers defense, who hasn't been amazing this year, but it's a good front at least.
Yeah,
So it's definitely kind of exciting if you're a Saints fan. Starting off the year, you put in Rattler, which imagine what they would be right now if they had played Tyler the whole year. So it's definitely exciting for the future that they may have their franchise quarter. I'm not going to call him a franchise quarterback, but
right.
at least at least a guy who could become that. And especially in a draft where it doesn't look like there's going to be super high talented quarterbacks getting drafted this upcoming year. So
Yeah,
it's definitely exciting to see.
just thought that was interesting. Forgot about Tyler Show balling out this last week. And then lastly, other than obviously the receivers, I don't want to talk about Puka, but he's done real good this year, you know. And
Why not?
my
Why don't you want to talk
my
about him?
dude, dude, it just hurts. It hurts too bad, bro. It hurts too bad. Uh, freaking ridiculous. But Michael Wilson did better than him. So who would have thought Michael Wilson without Marvin Harrison? I'll ask you this, Matt: is Michael Wilson better than Marvin Harrison Jr.?
That I mean, that's a tough call. When
Yep.
without Marvin Harrison in games this year, I think he's averaged like over 140 receiving yards a game. So it definitely looks like he should be a wide receiver one, if not the wide receiver one on this team.
Yeah.
I don't think we're going to sit here and say that he has more talent than Marvin Harrison because
Right.
I think that's just it's false when you look at the body type of Marvin and he's just a good player. But when it comes to just the dog in him, I'll say that
No.
I think Michael Wilson absolutely has way more of a dog. He's got like a
Yeah.
Rottweiler. Marvin
Yeah.
Harrison's kind of like he's a little Chihuahua.
Yeah.
He doesn't really have the fight in him. Like this
Yep.
upcoming week, for example, he should be playing this week, but he's still out injured. And I
Yep.
think there's lots of players in this league that would play. So I don't know. I have Marvin Harrison on my team, so this could be clouding my judgment, but
Yeah.
I don't see a fight in him. I mean, we saw all those drop balls earlier in the season. He
Yeah.
he wasn't making contested catches. I don't know. I'm definitely down on Marvin from the expectations I had coming into the season.
Yeah. I also think that's part of like the Kyler Murray to Jacoby Brissett change of quarterback. Like that has made a huge impact on this team in terms of the passing game, truly, and especially since they don't really have uh, like a downhill running back. They're quite a bit of a passing team. And Jacoby Brissett, and they're also like they're behind a lot of games. So I guess there's a lot of factors, but Michael Wilson has has been good these last few
Yeah,
weeks.
just a terrible story involving Michael Wilson. I last week I picked him up off waivers. I was surprised he was even on waivers, but I picked him up and I ended up getting him. And before I went to church, I said, "Don't forget to put Michael Wilson in your starting spot," because I was waiting to see if Marvin was going to be out.
Yep,
Marvin was out, and I did forget to put Michael Wilson in, and then he dropped 35 points on my bench.
literally receiver one, bro.
Yeah,
That's tough.
luckily I still won, but it took a Jalen Hurts 2 point performance and a Lad McConkey 1 or 2 point performance. So I definitely got lucky for sure.
I don't even want to talk about football, bro.
Our
Justin Herbert,
our boy Alex here is
dude.
slightly upset.
Lad McConkey with 2 points. It was just like it was. I've went all in this year. I've given everything I have away, bro, for my dynasty team. And J.K. Dobbins, nothing. And the one guy that balls out is Tony Pollard, and everybody else just fails. But another guy that balled out was the Shadur Sanders, dude. th- you've been an advocate for this guy. You've been an
I have.
advocate.
I think
This
he deserves
man,
it.
364 yards, dude. 3 touchdowns and a touchdown on the ground for quite a bit of a long. It was a long run for that touchdown. I I'm hyped for Shadur. How you feel
I
about
don't
him?
I don't know how anybody couldn't be hyped about him. I mean,
Yep.
when you come into the league with the father that he has, I mean, one of the best athletes we've ever seen in the NFL.
Yep.
And he had all the criticism in the draft process and then ends up sliding to the fifth round when we thought he might go first round. I think a lot of people were kind of saying the league was rigged and he dropped because of who he is and his personality. But I think we've seen he hasn't been amazing, but this past game, I think it shows the potential that he has. And the
Yeah.
fact that they were starting Dylan Gabriel over him, I think Stefanski legit has something against Shador because
Yeah.
there's no way in practice that you can't see this type of difference in the two quarterbacks that they had.
Yeah.
So I think it is going to be very interesting to see if the Browns draft a quarterback this upcoming year or if they ride with what they have. I think that's going to be one of the best offseason stories. If
Yep.
Shador continues, he doesn't have to continue this level of play where he throws 3 touchdowns and runs for one. But if
Yep.
he just plays well, I will be very interested to see how this quarterback room shapes up in Cleveland because I think they have something here in Shador. I really do.
Yeah. And they have passed like they would get rid of guys right when they should have kept them. You know what I mean? Look at Baker. Dude,
Yeah,
literally, he played good for him too, and I think maybe it's just the organization. They don't know how to uh, stick it out. I don't know.
it's not a well run organization.
No.
I mean, Baker's play did slip there, but he had a shoulder injury. He played through injury constantly, and that's kind of what you're even seeing here with the Bucks this year. He recently got the shoulder injury. His play has declined,
Yep.
but the fact that they let Baker walk out of their building, and then they proceed to sign Deshaun Watson with criminal charges against him, it's not a well run organization. So hopefully they
Yep.
make the correct decision here. I I don't even care if they draft a quarterback. I just want to see them give Shador a chance, which
I
at
think
least he's getting the chance now.
yeah, he's starting for the rest of the year. Uh, and he's got Chicago, Buffalo, Pittsburgh, Cincinnati. So it'll be cool to see how he finishes this year out uh, against those teams because
Yeah,
they're a lot of good
there's
offense
some
there.
easier there's some easier defenses on that schedule for sure.
Yeah.
So I'm not going to overreact because the Titans defense is obviously not amazing,
Right.
but the fact that he could have that performance, no, I mean these are still NFL players he's playing against. So
Right.
the fact that he has that performance in him, I think is so positive for what is to come.
Yeah.
Especially he's on an offense where he doesn't have a ton of weapons. I
That's
mean,
what I was about to
he
say.
he has Harold Fannin, who had a great performance, 8 catches, 110 yards. But other than that, they have a good running back in Judkins. Um, and then the receiver, the best one's Jerry Judy, who can't catch a ball to save his life. He
No.
and he actually had one of the better games of his year this last game. So I hope this success continues. I really do.
And they even kind of split snaps with Dylan Sampson and Quinshon Judkins this last game, which was interesting. But it's because obviously Dylan Sampson, I think, is like the uh, receiving back compared to Quinshon Judkins there. Uh,
And we didn't even bring it up when
yep.
they at the end of the game when they went for 2 points and
Hmm.
they went for the 2 point conversion. They took Shador out of the game to put Judkins at Wildcat. What kind of play call is that? That's what that's why I really don't understand Stefanski.
Yeah.
It doesn't make sense why you're going to take a quarterback who played so well this
Hmm.
game out in the most crucial moment of the game. It it ended up being a end around where he almost pitched it, didn't, and then it's just a terrible play.
It was bad. Do you think they fire him?
I don't know. It's so weird of a situation. I really think he should have been fired years ago,
Uh huh.
but
I
he's a
agree.
good coach just in general. But it may be time to kind of see a switch up just in the philosophy, the culture there. It's pretty similar to the Steelers, in my opinion. If the
Hmm.
Steelers miss the playoffs, I think it's time. I mean, Mike Tomlin's obviously a good coach, but sometimes it takes just a switch in the coaching staff to spur some change. I mean, you
Yeah.
saw with the Eagles. The Eagles got rid of Andy Reid, who I think is one of the best coaches out there,
Yeah.
and they had success immediately following getting rid of him. So I don't know. Sometimes you just have to make a change.
Yeah. You need new perspective. You know. I completely agree. But that was kind of this last week. There was obviously a lot more different performances that uh, people balled out. Harold Fannin, number one tight end, Mike Gesicki, number two. Uh, Honestly, next year my first pick in fantasy will be Brandon Aubrey, uh, because it's ridiculous how this guy balls out year to
Dude, he
year.
makes he makes 55 yarders look like a 20 yarder. The dude
Yeah.
is the dude is crazy.
What did he had this last week?
It was like 22 points or something.
Three. He had three kicks from 50 plus, which is nuts,
Yeah.
and then one from 40 to 49. Still
What do
nuts.
you what do you have? 22 points?
23 fantasy points in PPR and half
Yeah.
PPR. So
Dude,
this,
I mean, he's the best kicker in football. There's no debate. There's
yeah.
no. Now, don't get me wrong. The thick kicker on the Rams, that's a heck of a story. Have you seen him?
I don't think I've looked at that. Wait,
Dude,
fill me in
look up
here. Harrison Mavis,
look up a picture of the Rams kicker. I
dude.
think I think his nickname is Thicker the Kicker or Kicker
Think,
something Thicker the Kicker or something like that.
yo, this dude is 245, 6 foot.
He's a unit.
Bro's a lineman, dog.
Yeah, he kicked at Missouri, then went to the UFL, and then he ended up on the Rams. Dude, heck of a story. I
I'm
hope he
picking him up.
succeed. He's representing for all of us chunky boys out there.
Man, I love that. I'm
I
all in
picked
for
him
the
up.
thicker
I
kicker.
picked him up in fantasy just for the heck of it. I was like,
Dude,
this boy's going on my team.
I might play him, bro.
I am
If I
playing
have,
him, especially
if
in that high over under game against the Lions. Give me Thicker the Kicker, baby.
dude, I'm gonna put in a claim right now.
Dude, I'll try to beat you to it.
Let me check my waiver position. I'm not doing this crap again. I'm not doing this crap again, dude. Ah, okay, thicker kicker. I'll look at it. I'll look at it later.
I
I
mean,
want
my
to take it
kicker,
head on a
Jake
whim.
Bates, did outscore him on Raw this past week, which I know frustrated you. I loved to see it. I really did.
Yeah.
Sorry to rub salt in that wound.
Man, it's been also, dude. I just want to put this out there, okay? Because right now there is a game going on, and it's kind of nuts. The
26
stats.
28.
I want to give you how many fantasy
Good
points
for
Kyle Pitts has.
good for Kirk Cousins, man.
Kyle Pitts has 43.2 fantasy points. 43.2, bro.
That's I mean, this guy, Kyle Pitts, had one touchdown on the year coming into this game.
He's
And
got
he's
three
got
today.
three and 152 yards receiving. That is absurd.
And the game is still going.
Yeah, there's still three. That sucks. They failed the 2 point conversion,
Ah,
but I mean this is a heck of. I mean this game has huge implications in that
yeah,
division. The Falcons play the Bucks two more times. So if they can, or I mean one more time after this. So if
yeah.
they can pull out a win here, that'll be huge.
Kyle Pitts, 10 for 11, 152 yards, and 3 touchdowns. Obviously, Drake London's not playing, but just thought that was
That
interesting.
being said, that being said, when Kirk Cousins has been the quarterback, Kyle Pitts has been very involved. He's been actually
Yep.
pretty good the past 2 weeks.
Kirk Cousins over Michael Penix.
I mean, I'm not a huge Michael Penix guy, but
Yeah,
Michael
pretty rare.
Penix is definitely good for Drake London. He was absolutely balling.
He was. Dude, Kirk's having him a game.
Yeah, I know. I'm so happy for him. I hope he I hope he plays well enough the rest of the year that he can kind of make his way to another team
Yeah.
and get that starting role again.
He needs a new look, honestly.
I mean, he's 2 years past the Achilles injury now, so he should be getting healthier. I mean, he's still young enough to play good football. I think he's 37, so he's still got a few more years in the league. Look at Philip Rivers, 44.
If he can do it, we can do it. You know what I'm saying? No. Jeez, bro. All right. Let's see. Before we end here, let's talk about some week 15 football. Matt, who do you have? Okay. Who do you got that you're starting? Like, you're like, man, I know this guy is going to ball out. I know what's happening.
Yeah, so I'm going to play him against you, and I know he's going to absolutely drive you crazy.
Oh, dude.
Uh, so I have Tyler
Here we
Warren.
go.
I've rode him all year, but with the quarterback injuries and mix up there in Indianapolis, I'm going to make a change. Luckily, I have two Ravens tight ends on my team. I just have to decide which one to play. But they are playing the Cincinnati Bengals, and the Bengals defense ranks last against tight ends this year. They've allowed 97 receptions for 1,258 yards and
Mm,
15 touchdowns. And
that
that
ain't
is
good.
just tight
that
ends.
ain't that ain't good.
It's absurd how bad they are at guarding tight ends. What's funny about it is they're actually ranked third against wide receivers. but I think it's just because the tight ends are always open. So that's all opposing teams throw to.
Man, I don't like that stat. I don't like hearing that either. But
Yeah,
that's a good
so
start.
Mark Andrews or Isaiah Likely, which Isaiah Likely has had two good games in a row.
Right.
He's had 12 and a half points the past two games, been a top 10 tight end those past 2 weeks. And then Mark Andrews is so utilized in the red zone. I think you can play both of them. I think
Yeah.
Likely probably has the higher upside because he's so good at getting the yards after the catch. But if you're looking for a touchdown guarantee, I think Mark Andrews is about one of the best bets of the week. So I would be happy to play either one.
I like that. I like that a lot. I've got a lot of different guys I'd like to throw out there. Okay.
I'll tell
For
you
the
why you're
starts.
wrong.
You should. Can I give you a sit first?
Yeah, go ahead. I'd love to hear it.
This may be, correct me if I'm wrong, okay? Tell me what you think about this. And maybe it's stupid to say. I'm sitting Ashton Jinty. I would sit him this week against
Yeah,
Philly with Kenny Pickett at quarterback. I he hasn't looked good here recently because the number one, the offensive line is just awful.
it's it's terrible.
It's really bad. I mean, he's getting the attempts, but these last 2 weeks, he has been awful. 2 yards per carry, 3 yards per carry, 2 yards per carry, 1 yard per carry. That's over like 5 week span. Below 5 yards per carry for this guy on a high number of attempts. And he's been kind of involved in the passing game. And Kenny Pickett may dump it off, sure. But I would say Ashton Dinty. If you've got a better option, I wouldn't play him.
Yeah, I don't disagree with you. I have Genty in a couple different leagues, and it's kind of just off and on his
Yeah.
performance, and it basically depends on his involvement in the passing game. Because,
Yeah.
like you said, he's not rushing the ball well, and I think a lot of that is basically due to the offensive line play.
Mm-hmm.
So it's not really his fault, but against a Philly defense who is absolutely loaded. I mean,
Yeah.
they had 5 turnovers this past game against the Chargers, and only allowed a little over 20 points. So that alone is, I mean, this is a great defense, and
Yeah.
they have a great front. Jalen Carter up there, your pass boy from Georgia, big old boy. He,
Jordan Davis.
yeah, you just can't block those guys,
No.
especially with a line of their caliber.
Yeah.
So, especially when you're going to have Kenny Pickett at quarterback this game, I don't think the offense in general is going to be good.
No.
I would even throw Brock Bowers out there, who is one of the best tight ends in football. But with Kenny Pickett at the helm against the Eagles
Okay.
defense, I wouldn't be excited to start any Raiders player whatsoever.
You'd sit Brock?
I know it's crazy, uh,
Well, you're sitting
but
Warren.
yeah, I have to sit Warren. Um, there's just a point where, I mean, Geno Smith has been bad, don't get me wrong. But
Right.
when you get Kenny Pickett in the game, even Geno Smith looks good compared to Kenny. So
That's fair.
this is a guy that couldn't even start on the Cleveland Browns.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I just am not excited about anybody on that team.
That's fair. I respect it. I mean, if I had Harold Fannin Jr. and I had Brock Bowers,
Playing Fannin, no doubt about it.
I'd play Fannin against Chicago with the way Shadur targets him. If I've got Mark Andrews with the stats you just gave me against the Bengals, now
Mark Andrews.
I'm going Mark Andrews, but I feel like Lamar has not played very good here recently,
He
and
hasn't.
so that's been part of that of like the fade for me on a lot of the different guys there.
Let
Man,
me throw one at you. Would you play Mike Gesicki over Brock Bowers? There's no way, right?
no,
Yeah, that's
that's
too
the
far.
line. That's the
That's too
line.
far.
No,
I
especially well,
bring
T Higgins is might not play, so
Yeah, I mean it's a conversation.
yeah,
A fun fact or a fun thing to watch for this upcoming week: Ben Sinnott. He's kind of a rookie that we were excited about
yeah,
on
yeah,
Washington with Zach Ertz. The Zach Ertz injury is just a crusher that
yeah.
we all hate to see that. But with Zach Ertz being out, Sinnott may be a guy that kind of fills his role and has some success in this offense. It's actually funny enough. It's almost a carbon copy of what happened in the Arizona Cardinals. Zach Ertz was the tight end there. He tore his ACL just like he did with Washington, and
Hmm.
then Trey McBride, the backup, he filled Zach Ertz's role, and the rest is history. Look at Trey McBride now; he's one of the
Yep.
best tight ends in football. So we could see that same exact thing happen with Ben Sinnott. I'm not saying it's going to happen, but I think he definitely is capable of it.
I respect it. I really do.
And just to check in on the game, 3rd and 14 for Tampa Bay. So we could see the Falcons get the ball back here.
We can see another Kyle Pitts touchdown. Come on, man.
If Kyle Pitts got a fourth touchdown, that would be wild.
He is a dog, bro. Like he was so good in college. He should be so much better.
And this is a contract year, so we could see him go to a different team. It's definitely exciting to see the future. Chiefs,
Listen,
Chiefs.
I was just listen, bro. If Travis Kelsey retires, Matt, listen to me, bro. Kyle Pitts goes to the Chiefs. What if I make a trade, Travis Kelsey for Kyle Pitts in Dynasty? You think it's doable?
I mean, I think it's probably due. Maybe not after this performance, but
Yeah, this kind of hurts. Maybe
I,
offseason, don't
it's.
forget.
I really hope Travis comes back, and because with all the naysay against him this year, he's had a good year.
Yeah,
He's
he's like tight
top
end
five
three.
in fantasy at the tight end position. He leads our team in receiving touchdowns. Almost has 800 yards receiving. He's
Yep.
actually had a pretty decent year. It's just this past game that drop killed us, and he's struggled with drops this year in general.
Yeah,
Um,
he was tight end 47 this last week, but he's tight end three on the year. So
yeah, I mean he's had a good year. You want me to give you a couple of guys I would sit this week?
yeah, let me give you a start though. I didn't give you a start.
Lay it on me.
I did want to I just had him. Gosh dang it. Oh, there it is. If Jordan Addison is playing, he's questionable. He's been bad all year. Okay. A guy that you got faith in. He's a receiver 45. Okay.
Against the Cowboys, right?
They're going against the Cowboys.
Yeah.
JJ McCarthy just had a 3 touchdown game this last week against Washington. Okay. And in the last 2 games, Jordan Addison has had 10 targets and 7 targets. I think he's bound for a good game here.
That's a that's kind of a scary play. I don't necessarily disagree. The Cowboys
I
defense.
wanted to go deep in the bag, bro.
Yeah, I mean it. There's definitely some guys that are probably going to be staring that straight down the face this week if they have some injuries out there. So
Yeah.
he could be played. I mean, they're going to be down for sure with how well the Cowboys offense is playing. So they're going to be throwing the ball a ton. This past week, it mainly went to the tight ends as far as touchdowns go. But you never know. Addison's going to get the targets, so he may be a good play this week.
He's projected for 9.5.
I don't know if I'd have the Canonas to play
I
him,
know.
but
But hear me out. Trey Tucker and John Mechie are projected for just a little bit more than him. Are you playing Jordan Addison over these guys?
yes, yeah, that's
You see
that's
what I'm
not a
saying? It's
question.
like Jerry Judy's projected for more. Worthy, Higgins, Alec Pierce, Brian Thomas. I'd play him over all those guys right now.
Yeah, he's definitely probably the most talented. It's I don't think it's anything against him.
Right,
It's
right,
it's who's throwing him the ball. That's the
right.
that's the tough part.
I understand. He did just have a good game though. So,
Yeah, I mean,
but
I'm not saying it's bad. It's just when I look at Jefferson's performances these past few games, it's been atrocious. So
yeah,
I don't know. It'd be kind of scary.
it would be scary. It would be a risk. Uh, do you start Chris Olave or any Saints players? Devin Neal.
Yeah, Devin Neal especially. He's kind of coming on,
Yep.
and with Alvin Kamara still not back from injury, and the Saints team is just looking better in general. I think Devin Neal had about almost 80 rushing yards this past week. I mean, he looks to be a decent player, and this is his time to kind of make his role on this team known. Uh, it could be kind of a passing of the torch. We may finally see Alvin Kamara done after this year. So I would be excited about Devin Neal, and I
Yeah,
I do have him on
I know you
Dynasty.
do. I've already looked. I looked a long time ago when Alvin Kamara got hurt, and you scrub, man.
Dude, I'm always making moves.
It's always me versus you, dude. It's, we're just that good.
Great
We're just
minds think
ballers.
alike. That's what
That's
they
right.
say. But yeah, no doubt about it. Devin Neal's a play. Another play for you, Woody Marks. Nick
Yep.
Chubb's going to be out this game, and I think you're going to see a lot of Woody Marks, and he's actually playing well. So I
Yeah.
would be excited. I mean, I am excited. I'm playing him against you, so I would
Yep.
love to see Woody
Of
Marks have a
course you
good
are.
week.
Of course you are. I tell you, dude. You just gotta love it. No, the Texans are kind of coming on here this last little bit,
Yeah,
and
Lord.
so
Especially against the Cardinals. That
yeah,
defense has just gone downhill.
they've
So
been bad.
I expect them to get out to an early lead, and I think we'll see a lot of Woody Marks.
Really, this kind of comes out there too. So you've got Nico Collins. Who's the second option?
I think it's definitely Jaden Higgins. He's kind of emerged as the two on this team. He actually played pretty well against the Chiefs this past week,
Yeah,
and we were absolutely pressuring Stroud the whole game. And give Stroud credit, he came back in that second half and played well, and came out with the win. Which I don't want to get into that, but
right.
Higgins did looks like he's going to be a pretty decent two on this team.
Yeah. Would it be something where you'd start Higgins?
Yeah, I wouldn't mind starting him. The only downside of that is I think they're like I said going to get up early and they're gonna run the ball a ton. So
Yeah.
I think Higgins could be a guy you look at after this week, but I
Yeah.
just don't see this game being super competitive.
No. Another one I want to throw out there to you: Jacoby Myers, Brian Thomas. Jacoby Myers
Jacoby
in his
Myers,
last, dude, he's been balling, and I just traded him. But neither here nor there. Receiver 22, receiver 20, receiver 11, receiver 19. 3 touchdowns his last 3 games.
yeah, and funny enough, I honestly think it's better for Brian Thomas having a quality wide receiver across the field from him. I
Yeah.
don't necessarily think that Brian Thomas isn't a wide receiver one in the league, but I think he's one of those that benefits from having another one on his team.
Yeah.
Similar to Higgins with the Bengals, he
Yep.
benefits a lot from having Jamar opposite of him. I think the same situation's going on in Jacksonville. We actually saw one of the better games of Brian Thomas's year this past week,
Mm-hmm.
and I expect to see it kind of continue. So I'm the Jaguars in general. ETN's playing great.
Yeah.
Lawrence is playing some of the best football he has in his career. So it's exciting. The Jaguars are an exciting team, and I think they may make some noise in the playoffs. That defense is great. Running
Yeah.
game is great. If Lawrence can just keep up his play, I think they're a pretty scary team.
I agree with that. I don't think that's a hot take at all. Uh, Scary Terry or who do I want to give you? Or Ted Arroyo McMillan.
You know I'm a big Tech guy. Let me see. So Tet is playing
New Orleans, which I'll be honest with
the
you, New Orleans
Saints.
defense,
It's decent.
it ain't bad.
So Tet or McLaurin.
Well,
Washington is playing the Giants.
yeah,
46-point over under versus a 40-point over under. Bryce Young has been playing good
he's
recently.
he has
I'm
been
not going to
balling.
lie. And okay, I'm a big Tech guy, so I'm going to go with that. I'm going to go with Tet. You know I like him.
I respect
But
it.
just in general, the Commanders on an 8-game losing streak. I against a Giants team that they may not have the best defense in the world, but they do have a good defensive line. So we could see a lot of pressure on Mariota. I don't know if those downfield routes are gonna be successful this game for
Yeah,
McLaurin. So I would go Tet, especially with the way Bryce has played as of recently. I mean,
I
they
respect it.
could be a playoff team.
Yeah,
It's super exciting, and this is a division game, so you know the Panthers are going to be trying to win it. I'm all in on Tet for sure.
I I want to agree with you, but the last 2 games for Ted, okay,
I know. It's touchdowns. That's the only reason.
that's all it is, man. That's all it
But
is.
do you not like touchdowns?
I do like touchdowns, but I think for Scary Terry, he had a slow start. Okay, and this last game, obviously, it was just a bad game. Okay, but Marcus Mariota against the Giants, man.
Yeah, I mean, I don't hate it. I just think I think we may see a lot of Chris Rodriguez this game, and I think we're going to see a lot of Mariota running the ball. I know you have Rodriguez. You stole him from me. We just
I
kind of
do.
go back and forth on
We
stealing players
do,
from each
bro.
other. But I think it's going to be a good Chris Rodriguez game, and I think Mariota is going to have a lot of success running the ball.
Yep,
So I don't know. Bryce has been playing well. Ted is targeted a lot in the red zone, which I like.
that
So
is good.
I'm gonna lean that way.
I like it. Uh, last little start here. I'm gonna give you one more, and then Matt, you can give us yours real quick. I guess I already said Devin Neal technically. Uh,
Should I play Devin
man,
Neal against you as well? Hmm.
I'm not gonna give you any advice that may or may not help you. But to our listeners, he's questionable. Okay, he was limited again in Wednesday and on Thursday's practice. Which you know what? Shoot, I need to go look. Audric Estime,
No.
Evan Hall. All right, let's see what we got here. I'm already looking just in case. Just in case I need to make a pickup. No, I would play Devin Neal against Carolina. I think
Yeah.
it's not a bad play.
No. Devin Neal's. I mean, he's going to get all the work in this game. The Panthers are a decent defense, but I think Devin Neal getting all the work, getting the dump offs from
Yep.
Shao or Shuck, however you say his name.
Yeah.
I
Sure.
think
She.
uh,
He.
I think Devin Neal's a good play this week for sure.
Now he is not the like receiving back, which kind of does limit him there, but he gets a touchdown. He had 19 attempts this last game against Tampa Bay. Really, rest of the season, the Saints' schedule is pretty light.
Yeah.
Carolina, Jets, Tennessee, Atlanta. Falcons won. No way.
Did they win? Let's
They
go.
did. One by one, dude.
Dude, the Bucks are done.
They're done.
Dang. They're
Was
now
it
seven
football?
and seven. Dude, I'm telling you, the Falcons play them. They play them. They play the Bucks again. Let me look. They play the Bucks and they play the Saints, both in division games. So
Wow.
I don't know. You could
Pitt
see Kirk make a little run here.
is he a pickup?
No, no chance.
You pick him up, you play him.
No, I personally would not. I do
Kyle
think this
Pitts.
is very interesting. If the Panthers beat the Saints this week, they are now in first in that division. So
That's nuts
yeah, the
to think
Panthers
about.
could be a playoff. They could be the 4 seed.
What has football come to, bro?
I honestly would love to see that for Bryce Young with everything he's went
Yeah.
through. I would love. This is a contract year for him, so they're gonna decide whether to extend him or that's a conversation that's kind of a crazy one. I don't think anyone would have expected them to extend him, but if he
No.
sends them to the playoffs this year,
Oh yeah. Kyler Murray to the Panthers, and then Bryce Young goes somewhere else.
they, they Kyler Murray is bright. They're both short.
it'd be a,
That's
it'd be like a swap, bro.
yeah. I don't know about that.
Uh, Kyle Pitts ended with 45.6, 11 receptions off 12 targets, 166 yards, and 3 touchdowns.
It's absurd. That's his best game of his life.
That is nuts.
Hey, good for him.
Yeah,
I hope he gets a big contract. They may franchise him. You never know.
they might do it, bro.
Well, I've got a few guys
Yeah,
I
give
would
me,
sit here.
give me your sits. You kind of gave a few starts there. So what we got, Mr. Matt?
I would definitely sit Jacoby Brissett, which is sad to say. He's had 18 points or more in 8 starts in a row. He's been a top 10 quarterback every time he started, but he is going against Houston. They have given an average of 12 and a half points versus quarterbacks, and they are first in points allowed. So I think this is just going to be too big of a hurdle for Jacoby to climb over. I would definitely sit him this week. I don't know what your opinion on that is, but I saw what Houston did to Mahomes, and
Yep.
I just don't see how Brissett's going to do any better.
Here's how I'll say it like this. I think the receivers and like Trey McBride will benefit from this game, not because like the defense is not good,
They're
but
going to throw it a
we,
ton.
exactly. We seen it at the against the 49ers, right? Where it just become like a Jacoby Brissett throws for 40 attempts, right? I don't think it'll be fantasy value for him, right? I don't think it'll be that great. But for like I mean, I'm not trusting the running backs either because it's going to be a throwing game because I think Houston's going to whoop them. But at least like Marvin Harrison, if he's playing, he could be a huge play this week. You
He's
know.
out.
Oh, he is out.
Yeah, they announced that today.
Okay,
Michael Wilson, we talked about him
man,
earlier.
huge play, huge play. Him and I mean Trey McBride, you're playing him too. Greg Dork, do you play him too? Just in the well, I mean, if it pans out,
I would be a little wary of starting Dortch, but Michael Wilson for sure. I mean, it is a great defense, but they got to throw the ball to somebody.
yep,
And Michael Wilson without Marvin Harrison, we talked about it, 140 yards averaging. So I know it's a great defense, but I'm going to
yeah,
play Michael Wilson this week. There's no doubt in my mind.
yeah. I agree with you. I really do.
And then a second sit I have is Amarian Hampton. He came back this past week. He looked pretty good, but he is splitting snaps with
Yeah,
Vidal, and it's 50-50 across the board. So that alone hampers him. But they're also playing the Chiefs, and we're sixth against running backs and points allowed. So I don't think there's going to be. It's a tough defense first off, and then when you're having to split your snaps in half with another running back, I just don't. I don't see him having much success, especially when Vidal is pretty good in the receiving game. He had a 60-yard catch this past week.
yep.
Hampton is too, but I just really think that with them splitting snaps, there's not going to be enough points to go around for these two.
No, I think that's a fantastic take. Because Amarian Hampton's a guy you're like you get excited that he's back, you want to play him, but truly after seeing it split, which I didn't expect. I mean, obviously Amarian Hampton had a decent game in fantasy value, but yeah, I'd sit him too. That's a good take.
Yeah, I think people are surprised by how involved Vidal still was,
Yeah,
but he played well this year when he was the lead back. So I think he's just kind of earned it, which I'm happy for him. It's good to see. But
yeah,
for fantasy owners, it's definitely not something you want to see your running back one splitting snaps with a guy you never even seen play. So I would probably sit him this week and just see what happens.
yeah. I definitely agree with you, bro. Starting Tony Pollard, maybe not. You know.
Well, boys, it's a vital week for the Chiefs. We already have low
Oh, here
playoff
we
hopes.
go. Here we go, bro.
We already have really low playoff hopes, but if we're gonna make it, we have to win this week. We actually have to win out, so it's very important.
Do you think they win?
I do think we win. This is definitely the hardest game I would say we have left.
Yeah,
The Titans and Raiders game, I think we can basically count those as wins.
yeah.
Um, but we have the Chargers left and the Broncos. Luckily, the Broncos is at home, so that's helpful. Uh, but we're going to have to win all four to
All
make
of
the
them.
playoffs. So,
It starts with the Chargers. I think you guys will beat him too. I think he's going to be. Justin Herbert does this every year. Okay, he declines in the back half. Is maybe we'll end with this. Maybe do you sit Justin Herbert?
yeah, without a doubt. His stats the past three games have actually been terrible.
Yeah, he's been
Um,
bad.
and all credit to him, he's playing through a broken hand, so
Yeah,
I can't talk too much bad about him. But this offense in general has not looked that good. And they're going against the Chiefs defense who knows the Chargers very well. And the Chiefs defense is good. So I would not have any confidence playing Herbert this week at all.
you'd play Caleb Williams over him.
Yes.
Okay, I'll make that change. I'll make
I
that
know you
change.
have. I know you
No,
have. I know you have both of them.
gotta make a
Who did?
decision out here.
Let me double check who the Bears play. They're playing. That's a tough decision.
Yeah,
The Bears are playing the Browns, so that's a tough situation. Um,
and
I
what do
would
you
play
do with that?
Caleb. I'd play Caleb. They're, I
You're
mean,
trying to leave me
they're
wrong now. You're trying to leave me wrong
no,
now.
no.
No,
I'm being serious.
you
The
would.
Bears are the Bears are trying to fight for that one seed in the NFC. I
Yeah,
I really think they're a good team. I think they're going to try their damnedest to win this game.
yeah,
So I mean, they're trying to win every game, but this one's very important. I would definitely go Caleb Williams. Herbert could take one bad hit and be out of the game.
yeah.
I mean, he ran a lot this past game, and he was taking hard hits and landing
Yeah,
on that hand.
he's
So
questionable right now.
yeah, I think it's a risk that you wouldn't want to take, especially since he's not played good the past 3 games.
Yeah,
So I would probably lean Caleb's way. It sucks for you that Jaden Daniels hurt
yeah.
because I think you'd definitely be playing him. But
You love to see it. You love to
dude,
see it.
having those 3 quarterbacks in Dynasty though is wild.
Yeah,
That's a great tandem. That's
I
something you could, if you don't rebuild next year, that's something you could do. You could definitely trade Caleb or Jaden. You could trade one of those guys for quite a haul.
I've thought about it, but it's hard to trade in our league. So
It's
we'll
very, yeah,
see.
it's very hard. But if
It's
we go to a
nitty gritty.
if we go to a 2 quarterback league, I think there's going to be a lot of people that will need to trade.
I'm trying, bro. I'm trying to get us there. We'll see. We'll see what I feel like because it's me and I have good quarterbacks. It probably looks favorable. So we'll see. I'm gonna try.
It does look a little fishy when the
It
commissioner
does.
of the league has
Yeah.
3 good
Yeah.
quarterbacks and wants to go 2 quarterback.
I
But
thought about doing an individual defensive player too, so I could put Travis Hunter in there. You know what I'm saying? But we'll
I
see.
will say it adds a fun element to it if you do have a 2 quarterback league. I
Yeah.
played in a few of those and it is fun. I'll say that.
So maybe we will. Well, a long one today, bro. Long little
We
pod.
had a lot to talk about.
Yeah, no, we did. When we miss Tuesday, really at the end of the day, we should have 2 a week. You know what I'm saying? But
Hmm.
maybe next year
Yeah, we'll get in on that.
we'll see what we got. Maybe off season will get crazy. We'll get busy. But thank you for
Yeah,
joining
March
us,
Madness.
dude. March Madness, college basketball, baseball. We might even who knows? We'll learn every sport out there. Dude, I can't wait for
Lacrosse.
baseball. Yeah, lacrosse podcast.
Hey,
Don't take me with a good time,
we do have the Olympics coming up, so
dude. That'd be cool.
yeah.
We can we could do every event.
Hmm. Maybe live
Yes.
coverage, huh?
Bro, listen. We might big dreams here, guys. Big dreams. Don't sleep on us. Don't get on the train while you can. Okay.
Dude, us live covering curling when we know
Yo,
nothing about it.
yo, bro, we have got to do an episode like we have to.
Dude, that would just be hilarious.
I'm gonna write it in the books. We're doing it, bro.
Yeah,
Takeology.
I'll put it on the record. I know nothing about Winter Olympic sports,
No.
but I
Is it Winter
guarantee
Olympics
we're
next year?
yeah, Winter Olympics. I guarantee we're gonna have a ball calling
Yeah.
them and talking about them.
It might make us a fan of Olympics. Straight up.
Yeah, I mean, I've always been a Summer Olympics guy,
Yeah.
but winter is pretty cool too. The snowboarding, it's the
Bobsledding,
curling, yeah, the bobsledding,
bro. Ski, snowboard, X Games. This is gonna be watch out, guys. We're versatile.
ice skating.
Yo.
Give us them all.
Figure like the figure skating stuff, bro.
Yeah, the theatrical figure skating. Come
Blades
on,
of Fury, like the movie, bro. It could
Will
get
Ferrell.
it could get crazy, bro. It could get crazy. All right, well that's when you know it's time when we start talking about Will
Winter
Ferrell movies
Olympics.
at the end of it and Winter Olympics, bro. But we appreciate you joining in and tuning in to the Takeology podcast. We'll be back Tuesday. I don't if I have lost the playoff week. It may be a solo pod. I don't know. We'll see.
It's not looking good, ladies and gentlemen.
I got a long way to go. Got a long way to go.
It's not impossible. I'll say
It's
that.
not. If you
We
have a
saw
bad
Kyle.
week,
Kyle Pitts, 40 points tonight. I mean, nothing's impossible.
We can end today's pod with a prayer for my team and
No,
hope for the
no,
best.
no.
No, we
No,
won't. We won't.
we're wanting the Matomatic squad to win.
We'll see. Honestly, that'd be a cool vote out there. Maybe we get a poll. Have 2 votes or 4 votes. We'll see what we got. We'll see
Put
what
it
we got.
up.
I will. I will. All right. Well, thank you again for joining us to Takeology. We'll be back Tuesday. You know the drill. Have a good rest of your week. Go Bulldogs.
You always have to throw that.
It's got to.
Peace.